So today I'm doing something a little different. I was trying to find a comment someone had left, and basically what it was for me to find what I thought was the worst RC helicopter or drone. And so that's what I'm doing today. So I've been looking into trying to find something real cheap, maybe trying to look for something that doesn't look like it would do such a good job. And I went on Amazon, on eBay, and I wasn't really happy with what I was seeing out there. Everything was around 20 bucks, and it looked like it would do the job. But I remember when I was Christmas shopping, going to different stores, something out there did catch my attention. And let me show you guys what I mean. And it was this guy. So I got this helicopter, RC helicopter, from Five Below. And this never left my mind. I remember the first time I saw it, I just thought, man, this thing looks cheap. And not only does it look cheap, but it is cheap. It was only $5. So today we're gonna look at this thing and just see how bad, or who knows how good of a helicopter this is. Let's open this up and we'll give it a flight and see what I think. But for $5, I'm not expecting much. It's only got, from what I can see, an up and down stick on the remote, so I'm not sure if this even moves forward or back. I'm just guessing here that it goes up and down only. But either way, if it does what it's supposed to do, I consider that something you can recommend. So I'm gonna open this box up, we'll take a look at what's inside, and we'll go from there. So let's see what the front of this box looks like. So on the front of the box, top left corner, it says X/B, and this must be the Surge model. Okay, remote control helicopter. There's some info for you. Includes one remote helicopter and one instruction sheet. All right, in the small print here, it says it needs 2 AAAs. Okay. And right here, it mentions 3.7 volt lithium battery. I'm guessing that's the battery in the helicopter. And it comes with a USB charging cable, and that's included. Okay. So that's the front of the box. Indoor use only. Don't forget the batteries. RC included. High speed. Wow, okay. Flies up to 32 feet. Ages 10 and up. And then a small picture of the helicopter. Now I will say it doesn't look that bad. For $5, I mean, I'm not expecting very much at all. A lot of plastic on that. I don't see much of any metal other than the rod that's in the middle right there. So that's the front of the box. And let's take a look at the back. Not much information. As you can see, it comes in 2 colors. I got the yellow and blue version. And on the back here it says basically what it says in the front: 32 feet of flight, included charger. That looks to be like some kind of gyro picture. It says balancing system, and don't forget the batteries. A little picture of a remote and that high-speed logo thing. Okay, here's this side of the box. XB Surge remote control helicopter. There's the other side, same thing. Okay, here's the bottom. Couple warnings right there. That's very cool. Okay, and that shows a picture of the remote and where the batteries go in the remote. And here's a picture of the helicopter and where the charging port for the helicopter is, and how to go ahead and charge the unit. And then on the very bottom there's a picture of a guy with a wrench, and it says do not repair. Some rain with an X across it. Keep away from water. And then some airplanes. It says to avoid signal interference, do not fly more than one helicopter at a time. So I'm guessing you can only fly these one at a time. So if you and your friend get one, you can only fly them one at a time. But either way, for $5, if this thing flies like intended, like they wanted you to, it may not be so bad. So let's open this up. And as you can see, both ends are still taped. So here we go. So in the box, there is an instruction manual. See how big it is? I'd be surprised if it's very big at all, because there's not much to this helicopter. But here's the instruction manual. Two-sided. And like I say in every one of my RC helicopter or drone videos, always read these before you fly your new toy. So we'll set this aside. We're gonna take a look at the remote first. And here it is. Very interesting. So here's a stick. It's all the way down. Okay, so it doesn't spring back. It stays at a certain point. It's kind of cool. I'm gonna try to go left and right. And it goes left and right. Very cool. So this thing must turn and go up and down. Small LED on the top. Here's the face of the remote. Alright. And we got some buttons here. There's an on-off button in the middle. There's a left trim button and a right trim button. Let's see if they click. Oh yeah. They all click. Not bad. Okay, on the back here, there's a battery cover, but there's a screw, so we got to remove that to install some batteries. So let's do that. Got that off, and there we go. So 2 AAAs. I got some batteries. Thank you, Amazon. Alright, let's see what happens here when I push that on button, which is the center one. Okay, so the LED does work and it's blinking, so it must be in pairing mode. I don't have the helicopter on, so I'm just going to turn it off. Very cool. Alright, so let's take a look at the charging cable. And this looks like a normal cable. There seem to be no lights on the cable, so I'm guessing the helicopter must have a light. And here it is. It's actually got some pretty good weight. I'm surprised how heavy it is. Okay. So it doesn't look that bad. Like I said, it's only $5, so I can't say much. So on the bottom here you can see, hopefully you guys can see, I'm going to move you guys a little bit. So on the bottom here, there's an on-off switch next to the port, the charging port. And that's pretty much it. There's an LED in the front, so that's a nice little feature. And as mentioned, it is all pretty much plastic. And the plastic doesn't feel very flexible, which is no surprise. So let's give this thing a charge and we'll see how it flies. So, be right back. I got the cable installed in the helicopter and the switch is in the off position. Okay, so the helicopter does have a LED inside the body that'll show you that it's charging. Make sure that when you go to charge this helicopter, that LED turns on just to let you know that it's charging and not just sitting there. So we're going to let this charge. I'm going to read through the manual a little bit, and if I see something that needs to be pointed out, I'll let you guys know. So I'll be back in a little bit. So I briefly skimmed through the owner's manual, and there's a couple of things I did want to point out. Okay, so a couple of things I did want to point out is that this is a indoor helicopter only, and any kind of light from the sun will interfere with the signal from the remote, so it's best to keep it indoors. Another thing to point out, and I kind of mentioned it already, but it says it in the instruction manual, so I'm going to point it out again, is that if you go to charge this helicopter, you have to keep that switch at the bottom of the helicopter in the off position, or else it won't charge. So if you go to charge it, make sure that the switch is in the off position when you go to charge it, and you should be good. Something else I did want to point out is that they mention a 30-minute charge time, and that can vary, just so you guys know. But like I mentioned before, if you get any helicopter or drone, read these before you take flight. Alright, so we're just waiting for this to charge, and we should be good to go in a little bit. So I'll be right back. So it's fully charged, and let's give this a try. So what I'm going to do first is start up the remote. So I hit the on button, and that's flashing. Let's start up the drone. Oh, nice. LED in the front is blinking, and it's a blue color. Remote still blinking, so there must be a pairing mode. So with most RC helicopters, what you got to do is go up and down with the stick, and that'll be paired. And there you go. There is no beep, but you know it's paired when the LED on the remote stops blinking. Alright, so let's give this a try. Let's see how good or bad this little RC helicopter will do. So I'm going to set this on the floor, and then I'm going to turn you guys around, and we'll both see what happens. Alright, so the helicopter is in the middle of the room, and as you can see, the LED is blinking on the helicopter, but the LED on the remote is not blinking, so that must be a normal thing. So we're going to take flight, and we're going to see what happens. Here we go. Okay, so nothing's happening there. So I'm going to bring it back in, see what's going on, maybe try to reset it. We'll see. Okay, so I repaired the remote to the helicopter, and as you can see, she's good to go. So let's give this another try. Here we go. Okay, so the remote doesn't go very far at all. And as you can see, the blades sometimes get stuck and bind. So what happens is that little weight right there ends up hitting the blades and it binds on itself. So let's see what happens again. Wow. That is very fast. Any little input is so dramatic. All right, let's give this another try. So the remote has to be very close for it to fly, or else it just doesn't do anything. Here we go, we're gonna give this another try. Whoa. Whoa. Wow. That was completely out of control. I gave it a little throttle and tried to bring it down some when it started shooting up, and it did its own thing. I'm gonna try it somewhere else. Maybe it's this room that's causing some kind of interference. So I'm gonna try it out here, put it on this table. Here we go again. Very little input and it wants to shoot up in the air. Okay, so it's not doing anything. This remote has to be so close to the helicopter to actually pick any kind of signal up. Wow, that is very difficult to control. Very unpredictable. I'm kind of not surprised. I mean, $5 should tell you a lot. So let's try this again. And as you can see there, I mean, these blades are all sorts of already close to each other. And as soon as it starts moving, I can see that being a problem. So here we try this again. Oh my God, it's in the air. It's spinning so fast. I'm gonna try to counteract. Oh my God. That is so hard. I'm not sure if you guys caught any of that, but I was trying to trim it out with the remote, but it spins so fast and the remote makes no sound. You're not sure if you're adding trim or not. So let's try this again. Yeah, this is very difficult. I don't see how someone can learn how to use this and get better at it. Yeah, I'm just gonna stop doing that because I'm really hitting the ceiling really hard and just causing damage. I'm gonna try to just give it one more run in this room and start it at a lower point, and hopefully I don't crash into the ceiling. Let's try this again. And again, I'm not that far away from the helicopter. It doesn't like being far, so we'll try this again. And as you see, the remote doesn't reach. So you kind of have to stand real close to it. And as you can see, the blades end up hitting each other and they don't spin. So what you got to do is full throttle it so it shoots up in the air and those blades kind of go up in the air a little and avoid that mechanism right there. So here we go. Oh, okay, so again I was trying to control it and it does its own thing when it's up in the air. I'm not going to keep playing with this thing because I'm just going to tear up my ceiling tiles, and that's not something I'm trying to do. So I'm going to bring this back to the table here. I'm going to turn the remote off. I'm going to set you guys down and turn this off, so give me 1 sec. Okay guys, so as you saw, this thing is very hard to control, very unpredictable. The blades bind when you try to take off sometimes, and yeah, it's no fun. Would I buy this again? No. So would I recommend this? In my opinion, no, I would not recommend this to anybody. I wouldn't buy it as a gift or anything like that. So if you see this at Five Below, just know that they're very unpredictable, they're very hard to fly. And yeah, it's sad because I was kind of rooting for it to be a decent little $5 flyer. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you guys on the next one.